If you're on a church board and you go to your first board meeting, you probably walk away saying, this is not a very well-run business. In the business world, we wouldn't be this inefficient. If you're just a pastor and you walk into a board meeting with all executives that try and run everything just like a business, you probably walked out saying, this is a poorly run church because the church is not a business. So is the church a business or is it not a business? Yes, it's both a church and a business. And man, that can get confusing. I'd say if there's one search that's been more and more common for us after the pandemic, other than for senior pastors or senior leaders of other organizations, it's the executive pastor. And sometimes it's not just the executive pastor, it's called the chief operating officer or the executive director. As many times churches during the pandemic kind of realized, oh, we're not run very well. And they're realizing we need someone who has business experience. But they can't just be a business person that mows people down. I think every pastor I know loves to think that they're going to convince some corporate executive in their church to come run the church for them, and then we'll be great. I've seen it happen thousands of times, and I'd say it works about half the time. Because people who are good at business aren't always good at working with volunteers. They aren't always good at recognizing the softer side that a church has. And people who are just pastoral or just have their head in the theological cloud don't know how to read a statement of cash. They don't know how to do a P&L. They don't know how expensive a meeting is when you call the entire pastoral staff together to pick the color of flour for something. Finding a balance between the two, well, that's the puzzle we get asked to solve quite a bit. How do we take a great business person and prepare them in a way that they can do the ministry? How do we take someone who really does know theology and it's really important to us and make sure they know how to read a balance sheet? That's the puzzle that a whole lot of people are discovering after the pandemic, and they're asking us to help. And we would love to help you if that's where you are. We'd love to resource you if you're that business person trying to learn this other side of the church. If you're a pastor trying to figure out how to read a balance sheet, come to our site, Vanderbloemen.com. Spell it however you want into Google. My name is that messed up that it will drive right back to our site. And you'll find over 3,500 free resources to help you learn the parts of church that are kind of businessy and the parts of the business that are kind of soft and churchy, because it's a church and it's a business all at the same time.